Welcome to the Goat Home Show in the final SmackDown. Here hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada, before WrestleMania 41, in which the final boss, The Rock, is out here to address Roman Reigns. And what a crowd made up like the action to the final boss and what he stands for these days, but they can't help but chant his name when he enters a building. That is the star power The Rock has. And the final boss here tonight, as well, I've been informed there's a big and important message regarding WrestleMania for Roman Reigns. And well, I could take a guess at what it is, but I want to hear it from the final boss himself, because I don't want to cross The Rock. Because if I spoil this message or take a guess at what it could be and spoil it before it even happens, then I could be out of a job or at the mercy of the MFTs. But The Rock also tonight is not best pleased since MFT at Elimination Chamber lost the tag team titles to Motor City Machine Guns and will not have a rematch clause at WrestleMania due to their antics and holding onto the titles for the past 8 or 9 months, however long it's been since WrestleMania 40. That's how long MFT had the titles hostage for, due to this man, The Rock, being on the board of TKO, who had influenced decisions that basically allowed them to not defend the tag team titles and hold on to them for as long as possible. But Nick Aldis and the board even got frustrated at that and decided they'll be forced into defending at Elimination Chamber against the Motor City Machine Guns, who owned a tag team opportunity against them, or tag team title shot against them, and were screwed out of it at the Royal Rumble after they were attacked. And they beat them at the Chamber and won the tag team titles. What's here, what the final boss has in store for us here tonight. And what I've got to imagine it's going to be big news for the Roxy Gracers with his presence here tonight. Finally, The Rock has come back to... Nah. We ain't doing all of that. So Roman Reigns, I don't want to waste my time here more than I need to already. So I want you to get your ass out here so we can discuss what we need to discuss before WrestleMania and get everything in order. And well, here comes the OTC, the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. And what this has been building up for over a year. Last WrestleMania, Roman Reigns walked in champion, but without a wise man, without a tribe, all alone, due to The Rock turning the bloodline against him. And we know the likes of Jimmy and Sami Zayn and maybe even Jey Uso still stand with Roman Reigns. But well, you talk about star power, you talk about aura. The Rock has it, and so does this man. Whoever he goes, crowds acknowledge him as their tribal chief. He does have the other follow, not running it down to the ring tonight. Maybe he expects this to go down to throwing hands with the likes of Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, Tamatonga, and Tongaloa. And what we saw, like we heard, Roman Reigns cost Solo a spot in the chamber. We heard what The Rock had to say about that in the last SmackDown, calling Roman Reigns a selfish SOB, and that he uses his family to protect him and doesn't elevate the family that The Rock does, and The Rock has been trying to do. And he also believes that, The Rock also believes that he is uniting the bloodline after Roman Reigns split it apart. Whether you believe The Rock or not, that is what he believes. And tonight these two, who are cousins, are about to be face to face inside the ring here tonight as Roman Reigns, with this Las Vegas crowd acknowledging their tribal chief. Roman, I'm going to cut to the chase. It's me and you at WrestleMania for control over this family, for the head of the table. After what you did with Solo, costing him in the chamber spot, I made the match on the spot after beating your ass bloody the other week backstage. So it's me and you at WrestleMania, and at WrestleMania I'm going to teach you an important lesson in leadership. Because what you should have been doing with this bloodline the whole time is elevating them, taking them to new heights. Instead, you controlled them, manipulated them, and used them for your own protection. And like I've been doing, I've been elevating the rest of them and been making them bigger stars than you ever could dream of. You're right. I did manipulate, I did control, I did protect myself with the rest of the bloodline. But you see, I've learnt from that and I've realised the errors of my ways. But you see, you are doing the same thing. You use your power to manipulate and control everyone. Look at Jacob Fatu. He came into this industry with a lot of hype. And what has he been? He's been the Rock's bitch since you came back. And Solo, well, he's been doing alright by himself, but maybe you need to check if he's still following you, because it seems that Solo has forged a path by himself with MFT. And Rock, you seem to think you have a lot of power, but the reality is you don't. And at WrestleMania, I'm going to remind you of why you fucked off to Hollywood all those years ago. Boy, you better be careful how you talk to the final boss like that, you see, because I'm the high chief of this family. You may be the tribal chief, but I'm the high chief, and you say that I fucked off to Hollywood those years ago. Guess what you want to do? You want to do the exact same. You want to follow in my footsteps. All these people see it, Roman. They may acknowledge you, but the second you're gone, they're not going to remember you. They're going to look onto the next big thing, just like they did to me until I came back and reminded them who I was. You're next in line for that, Roman. As soon as you're gone, they're going to say, thank God Roman's gone. And people already are saying you should just go off to Hollywood already and follow in my footsteps. Yeah, maybe some people want to see me leave, and I'm not shocked about that. I've made my schedule a part-time schedule these days. I know exactly what I did, but you see, I deserved that, Rock. I did everything in this company. I carried it on my back for so many years. When this industry needed someone, I stepped up and put it on my back, while you would have sat somewhere drinking your piss tequila, whatever it is. I don't even know what it is anymore. But you see, Rock, you've been away for long, and you come back every time expecting these people to chant your name and give you the flowers you deserve, and then when you get that, you leave again to say you get a better gig in Hollywood. You're not loyal to this industry, and maybe I'm not as loyal as I used to be, but I'm sure it's more loyal than you ever was. So I'll be seeing you at WrestleMania, and at WrestleMania I'm going to paint you clean in the ring to show that the WrestleMania main event everyone's been wanting for all these years, Rock v Roman Reigns, is just hype, because The Rock is a washed up pebble on the beach these days. I'm going to keep this, hopefully, pretty brief. You see, ever since I won the Royal Rumble, people have been asking me, Jade, who are you going to challenge at WrestleMania? You see, for a long time I thought I was going to choose Rhea Ripley. Then it dawned on me that Nia Jax has been hiding and running scared since you won the Women's Undisputed Championship, or the Women's WWE Championship, sorry. So you see, I thought what better thing to do at WrestleMania than to beat Nia Jax, a woman many people are scared of backstage, but you see, I ain't scared of anyone, and Nia should be scared of me. So WrestleMania Nia, I'm going to take that title off you and get this brand a champion it can be proud of. And well, after a chaotic start, the SmackDown. And well, after a chaotic start to SmackDown here tonight with, well, the huge, well, conversation between Reigns and The Rock, and also just hearing from Jade Cargill backstage, we turn our attention to the United States Championship, in which Ricky Saints is out here to challenge Jevon Evans for the United States Championship. Now, unfortunately for Jevon Evans, he won't be able to, well, defend the title at WrestleMania. There's too many matches to have on the card. So Jevon has said, you know what, if I can't defend it at WrestleMania, I'll defend it on the first match of SmackDown. Give me anyone backstage for the match in which Ricky Saints has stepped up for the opportunity to become a United States Championship, well, winning the United States Championship before WrestleMania, before going into a new era in WWE after WrestleMania concludes. Well, Ricky Saints, can he pick up a huge victory here tonight and win the United States Championship off Jevon Evans? Has been a great champion since winning it over a month ago now at New Year's Revolution. Well, over 2 months ago now at New Year's Revolution. He's been a great champion since winning it all that time ago in that TLC match. And what a star Jevon Evans is turning out to be. And a breakout star ever since debuting down in NXT. And came to the main roster and continued. Well, that rise up the card. And Jevon Evans found himself challenging for the United States Championship. He came much short the first time round, but Trick Williams had to cheat to defeat him to retain the title. The second time, like I said, New Year's Revolution, it was a TLC match. Evans v Trick. And Evans won that match, unhooked the title and became United States Champion. Since then, Trick has turned his attention to the undisputed WWE Championship and bigger prizes instead of coming back for the US title. And tonight, Jevon Evans, can he continue his title reign and defend it against the Revolution? That is Ricky Saints is looking to make a name for himself in the main roster, just like this young man was doing, what has been doing. And Ricky Saints will be a SmackDown superstar moving forward. The question is, will he be United States Champion moving forward? The United States Championship on the line. Let's get this title match underway. And what this championship matchup is underway here as well. Jevon Evans looking for a super kick early on in this matchup as Ricky Saints catches it though. As Saints are looking for a super kick of his own, but Evans catches that one. And what is the experience of Ricky Saints? With an insecurity to the champion. As this one is now underway here. United States Championship on the line with a total backbreaker here. Ricky Saints in control of the matchup in the early goings here. Looking to wear down the champion. And what is it? This is a smart start here from Ricky Saints, slowing down the pace of the matchup instantly. Not allowing Jevon Evans here to take it to the skies and get this matchup fast paced. And the faster this matchup goes, the more it suits the champion. And Ricky Saints again just working down the leg here. Jevon Evans here looking to take out the high flying offense. Jevon Evans here, and this one's a boot to the face there. Now Ricky Saints, but within the first minute of the matchup here, looking for a submission hold, looking to maybe make the champion submit here. Maybe there's a weakness of Evans that we don't know. And there could be a slight knee issue for Jevon after all the matchups he's had in the past couple of months since he's been champion. Maybe there are some nagging issues for Jevon Evans that Ricky Saints has managed to figure out before this matchup. As I works on the arms here. Works on the arm here in the corners. In the corner, sorry. Now close on to the side of the head. Close on. And now a bulldog here from Ricky Saints. And what a sight it's been for the challenger so far in this one. He's in control of this matchup here. Now again working on the arm here of Jevon Evans now. Some repeated elbows to the top of the head of the champion. And could we see a new champion here tonight? The way this matchup's going, I would be more willing to incline to say yes right now. Because Ricky Saints is in control of this one, but I maybe spoke too soon. As Jevon now, back suplex. Now Evans here looking to rally in this one. It's not been a great start for the champion. Perhaps he can get going. There's a boot to the face there. Drops Ricky Saints to the mat. And Evans now looking to go top rope early in this one here. So Evans here rolls him through, looking for the arm drag and gets all of it there. And now looking for an elbow drop to the chest. And what a match this one promises to be. Ricky Saints v Jevon Evans for the United States Championship. The question is, which one of these two will walk out champion here tonight? As Evans now, Evans going big inside the first 2 minutes of this matchup. As Ricky Saints is rocked on the top rope here after a huge forearm in the corner. As Evans now with a Spanish fly to Ricky Saints. And what Evans isn't done there, he has Ricky Saints where he wants him and drops the elbow into the cover here. But Ricky Saints kicks out to keep his title hopes alive. And what a win it would be for Ricky Saints here tonight to walk out United States Champion. But also what a win it would be for Jevon Evans here, again into a ripcord Spanish fly. Now into another quick cover here. But Saints again kicks out to keep his title hopes alive again. As Jevon now Slides in with a huge clothesline, keeping the challenger grounded here. As Evans gets him back to his feet here, looking for a kick, caught though by Ricky Saints. As Saints are looking to tee away with some huge strikes. The champion, as Saints drives him face first into the corner. And now just again working on the arm here in the corner here, locks in a submission hold in the corner as a count of or 5 to break it, and does so. Ricky Saints smartly picking a target and working it in this matchup so far. And now a Uranagi it to Jevon Evans here for the title. But Evans kicks out there to keep his title reign alive. Well, so far Saints has worked in the legs and also the arms of the champion. Of a huge overhead palm strike there. Drops Ricky Saints, drops Evans here to the mat, sorry. As Ricky Saints now sends the champion into the corner here. What is Ricky Saints thinking next there? As Saints now to the top. Which of Evans here maybe saying, you can go big, I can also go big. It was superplex. Well, Evans wisely rolling to the apron here. And Evans here, thrown to the forearm there. Desperation maybe. And another one, rocking Ricky Saints into a Canadian Destroyer. Out of nowhere. But Saints is still just about in this matchup here. As Evans flies in Hurricane Rana takedown there. As Evans here with a crowd behind him. Looking for the super kick out of the way. Watch Ricky Saints into the corner here. Driven into the corner again by the challenger here. And Ricky Saints now sends him into the turnbuckle, or into the corner there, sorry. And stumping away is Ricky Saints, now in control. We're in control of this match after sending the champion crashing into the ring post there. Some repeated elbows there. And Ricky Saints now calling the champion to his feet here. Has him wounded. But a huge spear to Jevon Evans. But Ricky Saints, well, I should say Jevon Evans here kicks out, sorry, to keep his title in 11. Ricky Saints is getting more and more frustrated as this matchup goes along. As Evans keeps somehow finding ways to stay in this matchup. Super kicks avoided by both men. Float over. DDT. That's now Jevon here. Stalking the challenger here. As Ricky Saints where he wants him. Springboard kick there. Sends Saints flying across the mat there. As Evans now has the challenger rocked into that huge boot to the face of Ricky Saints. And now Evans here looking to show you that your boy is bouncy deep into this matchup. And runs him with a huge forearm strike. But Ricky Saints is still in this one. And Evans can't believe it himself. He thought that was it. I think many people here tonight also thought that was over. As that Evans from the top caught. Powerbomb. Well, now Ricky Saints there. Pat's looking to put this one away here. A Saints kick to the midsection here. Plants Evans. But the champion is still in this one. And what a show it's been so far. What a title match this has been so far. As we're now into the deep waters of this one. Who has more left in the tank? Who wants it more? And when it comes to energy, you'd back that Jevon Evans has more in the tank here tonight. But Ricky Saints has been methodical in his offense here. As a missile drop kick now. And again going back to work on the arm here of the champion. And Ricky Saints again continuing the offensive stomping on the hand here instead. Looking to break the fingers and maybe break the hand there. And now some repeated elbow strikes to the top of the head of Jevon Evans. As Ricky Saints is in control of this title bout. And Saints now, huge back suplex to the champion. And now has him where he wants him. Going to the top here is Ricky Saints. Looking for the elbow drop, but no one's home. Jevon Evans out of the way of that one. As Evans now springboard. Jade Cargill spiking. Saints into the mat. Staggers into the cover here to retain the title. But Saints kicks out. I think if Jevon Evans was a little bit quicker, he would have just retained the title. As Saints in the corner here. Catches the boot. And sends Evans into the mat there. Now rubbing the face of Evans into the mat here is Ricky Saints. And now again working on the arm and a boot to the midsection. As Saints is probably questioning what more he has to do to win the title. And Ricky Saints calls the champion to his feet here. And hooks him up into the ropes here. With triangle chokehold. That was incredible there from Ricky Saints. He now goes to the top again here. And drops the elbow. To win the United States Championship. Is that enough? Not just yet. Somehow. Some way. Evans is still going. And Ricky Saints is... Whoa. Probably saying that this is on its way to being over, but Evans out of the way of it though. Trying to rally here is Jevon, but the crowd behind him. Snap me. Kick to the back. Elbow drop. And what the title bout has been so far. And what you're going to imagine that this one, like I say, is in the deep waters. Is Evans now. A ripcord Spanish fly to Ricky Saints. As Evans here. With the challenger in the drop zone. But instead goes for the elbow drop instead to keep him down. As Evans here. Twisting. Tornado splash. Out the corner to retain the title. But Saints kicks out. And Evans can't believe it. As Ricky Saints now on the ropes here. And Evans here. What is Evans thinking here? A DDT onto the apron. And Ricky Saints is out at ringside. But Evans could get a counter victory, but Evans doesn't want to do it that way. But it's up and over the top. Is Evans about to retain the title in one hell of a title match against Ricky Saints here tonight? As Evans calls Saints to his feet here. Springboard. Clothesline. And what Evans is now fired up here. Now trying to get Ricky Saints back to his feet. But caught there. And a super kick avoided. Hurricane Rana. And when he's sort of been so even throughout this matchup. But like I said, you've got to imagine that the title match is on its way to being over pretty soon. There's a huge running powerbomb again by Jevon Evans here. As Evans here. What more does he have in the tank? That is the question. As Evans springboard. Tornado DDT. Surely this is on its way to being over here. And what Evans needs to stay focused. And Ricky Saints boot to the top of the head. Rocking the champion. And now hoists him up with Rochambeau. But somehow Evans kicks out. How in the world is Evans still going? And that's exactly what Ricky Saints is asking. Charles Robinson here. And what Evans with that huge boot. Now Ricky Saints getting back to his feet here. but caught the OG cutter. And Evans retains the title in one hell of a championship match to kick off SmackDown. Well, the first match of SmackDown, I should say. Well, you got to say that Ricky Saints at the end, his frustration cost him. Instead of staying focused and staying on the front foot, staying on the attack, he started an argument with the referee, asking how that wasn't a free count. Maybe saying that Charles Robinson was stowed into position. But that opened up Ricky Saints for that huge springboard kick from Jevon Evans, and then the OG cutter to put this one away. And what a matchup this was. Ricky Saints came so close on multiple occasions to win the title after Rochambeau. I thought that was it. But somehow Evans kept going after this combination of moves there, the triangle chokehold in the ropes and then the elbow drop. This was a twist and tornado splash that Ricky Saints managed to kick out of. And what Evans right here thought this matchup was done. But somehow Ricky Saints just kicked out there. And this here was the moment I thought the title was about to change hands. The Rochambeau connecting perfectly. 1, 2, but not the 3. Just. And then right here was the final moment here. Evans from the heavens with the OG cutter to retain the United States Championship. And well, Ricky Saints came so close to winning the title here tonight. But Evans continues his title reign. He may not be at Mania, but what a title defense that was here tonight in this one against Ricky Saints. Solo, I need you to tell me why neither of us, or barely any of our family, are going to be at WrestleMania, because you told me when I joined your side over a year ago now, when you brought me into WWE, that you would bring me championship gold, but instead you've kept me in the shadows as your enforcer for The Rock. That's what I've been, a bodyguard for The Rock since he came around. So Solo, I need you to tell me why neither of us are fighting for titles at WrestleMania, but The Rock is. First of all, Jacob, don't talk to me like that ever again. You see, I'm in charge of you. Don't you see, it's Rock and it's me in this bloodline, or whatever we're calling it these days, the MFT. And so, Jacob, I cannot tell you why I'm not fighting for a title at WrestleMania. I can tell you why you're not fighting for a title, because you see, you've been complacent since coming here. You played the role of the bodyguard for The Rock and didn't want more than that. Instead of going out your way to get matches and earn them, all you've been doing is sat on your ass and protecting The Rock whenever he calls you to do so. And Jacob, you've been a disappointment to me. See, I brought you into this industry, and recently I've been wondering if I made the wrong call in bringing you in. So I need you to show me that I didn't. So it's my fault, right? It's my fault for following orders and doing what I've been told, instead of the guy that's in charge of this, instead of the guy that said to me that I would get you title opportunities. But you see, sort of, it seems that you've been selfish. You see, you've been holding the opportunities to yourself whenever you got them, and instead of pushing me forward to get a title opportunity, maybe a spot in the chamber, the Royal Rumble, etc., all you wanted was yourself to get those opportunities. But you see, I've had enough. You see, yes, you brought me into WWE, but I could have got here by myself. And you're right when you say you did bring me in. I'm not gonna deny that. You changed my life for the better, Solo, and I love you for that. You are family, and I love you for that. But you see, Solo, I think it's time that I do things my way, whether you like it or not. Because you see, I'm done with this. I'm done with following orders. I'm done with being a lackey, the bodyguard. As Roman called me earlier, the Rock's bitch. I'm done with being that. You see, I need to do what's best for me. And if you are my family, Solo, and if you do love me the way I love you, then you're going to be happy with that and let me go my separate ways. You must be stupid or something, Jacob, right? Because I just told you to watch the way you talk to me, and you just said what you just said to me. And well, if you want to get your separate ways, go on that. You'll be out of this company within a heartbeat. Don't forget who we are associated with. I could go to The Rock right now and tell him what he just told me, And, well, you could be gone tomorrow. You could be future endeavoured just like that, you see. So be careful what you say and you threaten with stuff like that around here. And, well, a heated conversation backstage between Jacob Fatu and Solo. Well, Jacob, well, I think he's leaving, but Solo, I think, just said something to Jacob. I don't think Jacob liked as Solo now looking for the spike on Jacob Fatu. And that might have been a mistake for Solo. As Jacob now spikes Solo. What are we seeing? The bloodline is imploding. The Rock City was united in the family, like we just heard him say that to Roman Reigns. But it seems that ain't the case as Jacob... No, Jacob doing exactly what he did. A huge Samoan drop for the table. And Jacob Fatu is done with Solo and MFT, it seems like. And well, after one title match, it's time to crown the first ever women's United States champion. And that first is Sol Ruka, one of the two women that have qualified here for the final of the second. We're going to let you guys find out here in a second. And with Sol Ruka tonight looking for a big opportunity, just like Jevon Evans, an up-and-coming star in this industry. Can she also become a United States champion and be the first ever women's United States champion here? And well, as we just saw backstage, Jacob Fatu taking out Solo Sikoa. It seems like he's done being in the enforcer, being the lackey of MFT and the likes of The Rock and Solo Sikoa. Wants to forge his own path, and maybe what Roman Reigns said to The Rock earlier tonight, that Jacob Fatu wants The Rock's, well, I'm not going to repeat it, but you know what got to him, and maybe he realised that he was meant for more in this industry. He's been here for over a year and hasn't had much in terms of success or matches in anything. But let's turn our attention back to this title match, and out next is the second woman who qualified here for the final, and that is Chelsea Green, who would love nothing more than to win the United States Championship here tonight, be the first ever Women's United States Champion. And well, the reason why that is because Chelsea Green has the unfortunate record of being the fastest ever eliminated in a Women's Royal Rumble. So she could counteract that with being the first ever Women's United States Champion. The question is, can she do so? This one, like I say, is for the title and for the first ever. Whoever wins this match will go in the record books as number one. When I look back at this title and Hall of Fame packages and everything, one of these two women will be remembered as the first ever and well, the standard setter for this title. And will Chelsea Green v Sol Ruka, what a match this promises to be. And where you give the athleticism and the speed advantage to Sol Ruka, but don't sleep on Chelsea Green in this title match, as the Women's United States Championship is on the line. We'll just sort of mention United States Championship defended. We'll just find out who's going to be the first ever Women's United States Champion here tonight. And what we're going hearing this title about Sol Ruka v Chelsea Green for the Women's United States Championship, which one of these two will walk out champion. Well, Chelsea Green, not so sure how wise that was to slap Sol Ruka, who's fired up here, come dressed in the flames. Is Sol, as Chelsea Green with a pink sweeps the leg there. Now it's a drop, an elbow drop there for Sol Ruka. And Chelsea Green tonight would nothing more than to extinguish the flame that has been Sol Ruka since making a debut here on SmackDown. And Sol now looking for a drop kick, but Chelsea Green out of the way, and there's looking for a huge chop there, but no one's with that one. Kick caught, but Sol Ruka catches on the back end over a spinning heel kick to the bridge of the nose there. And the question is, which one of these two will walk out here tonight, the first ever Women's United States Champion? A Sol Ruka military press into a standing moonsault there, and there's the athleticism that's made Sol Ruka a huge star already in this company. Having a great time down in NXT. And Charles Robinson inadvertently getting away with the action. And Chelsea Green takes advantage of the situation though. And a backstabber there to Sol Ruka, who now gains control Well, Chelsea Green again now gains control of the match up here. And they're slowing it down to a pace that she can control. I see Sol Ruka, the fan favourite in this one. Well, Chelsea Green does have a few supporters in the crowd, but out of the two, I'm going to imagine the fans are going to be wanting Sol Ruka to win this matchup more than the other. And that is Chelsea Green. It's a drop kick there avoided by Chelsea. There's a huge forearm strike. And there's an Insiguri there dropping Sol Ruka to the mat again. Now a boot to the back there of Sol Ruka. Looking to wear down Sol here tonight is Chelsea Green. The fights out of that one though. And Sol Ruka kick to the midsection. And a face buster there to Chelsea Green. But Chelsea kicks up there at 2. Sol Ruka looking for the super kick. Chelsea Green out of the way. And Chelsea now code breaker there. Put everything behind that one. Then Chelsea Green, and now goes after the knee brace here of Sol Ruka. This is wise here from Chelsea Green. You may not like the tactic, but going after the weakness of Sol Ruka is smart, and that's something in the midsection and walks through there. And now with an eye rake here, the Sol Ruka fighting dirty now. It's Chelsea Green. Now wiping her hands, saying that this one is easy. Now boot head to the throat here of Sol Ruka. Going to wear down the young up and comer. It's Chelsea Green, who now has her down on the mat here. And drops the knee onto the arm there. Well, Chelsea Green just taking a bow here. And just admiring her work here, Chelsea Green. Not so sure why this is to take the foot off the gas. And a competitor, the quality of Sol Ruka here. And that's exactly why Sol Ruka now back into this one. And another face buster there. This time no cover being made. Looking for a standing moonsault again, but Chelsea Green out of the way. And Chelsea Green now runs in. Changes the mind here, looking for a German suplex. Standing switch by Sol Ruka. And an inverted rider to Chelsea Green. But Green kicks out there. Just about at 2. A kick there. Caught though, second time by Chelsea. And a Rough Rider for the title. But Sol Ruka kicks out just about there. And Chelsea Green again going after the knee brace there. And now working on the ankle. Well, you can see the torque in the leg here. This is not great for Sol Ruka. He's screaming in agony on the mat here. And Chelsea with an axe under to the top of the head. As Green now locking in a single leg Boston Crab onto the knee with a knee brace. You see the amount of agony Sol Ruka is in. She could be forced to tap out to fight another day to save her career and to save her leg. But Sol Ruka fights out just about there. But the damage may have been done to that knee even more, and already has been done to that knee in her career, her young career I should say. And now again, Sol Ruka, standing moonsault, springboard, moonsault again. But Chelsea is still in it. And well, what a matchup we have seen so far between these two. And Sol Ruka trying to get the crowd behind her here. And Sol drop kick reversed there by Chelsea Green. Now Green here looking for a German suplex. Sol Ruka rolls it through though. Stops it in its tracks. And Sol now middle rope, or sends it into the corner here. Sorry, looking for a handspring. Smash into the corner. Impressive there from Sol Ruka. Showing off the athleticism here. And Sol fired up with Chelsea Green down in the corner, but I'm not too sure why that was. To take eyes off the prize. Kick to the midsection. Now Chelsea Green looking for the title win with your pretty hair. But Sol Ruka kicks out. And Chelsea Green now going middle rope here. Frustrated that wasn't enough. Flies in here. Looking for a blockbuster, but Sol Ruka out of the way of it. And Sol now up on the shoulders here with Chelsea Green. And plants her down. Sags her up. But Green kicks out. And was Soruka being diverted by something at the top of the stage? And was Soruka being distracted by what's happening on the stage? And well, that's Alba Fire, which has been followed out here by Zarya. What are these two doing out here? Well, it seemed like Alba Fire was out here to distract Soruka and Zarya. Let's put a stop in those plans as well. What is Zarya thinking here? Kick to the midsection of Alba Fire as these two fighting up on the stage here. And Zarya, a huge powerbomb into the concrete. We turn our attention back to the matchup in the middle of the ring. And what Chelsea Green taking advantage of the momentary distraction. But Soruka kicks out. And Chelsea here. Super kick avoided. Soruka fighting tackle. But it didn't exactly work out the way that Chelsea Green wanted. As Soruka with a Soul Snatcher to win the United States Championship. And Soruka's done it. And well, an assist from Zarya, helping Soruka win the title, stopping, I guess, the attempted distraction from Alba Fire, who I guess came out to help Chelsea Green. And a powerbomb off the stage. It wasn't much of a drop, but onto the concrete, wiping out Alba Fire. And Zarya helps Soruka win the Women's United States Championship. And well, Soruka's going to be the first ever Women's United States Champion. And what an honour that is for the young up-and-coming star. And what Chelsea Green almost became champion after the Unpretty Her. But in the end, the assist, well, this was the Rough Rider here that almost had it done. A move taken from her husband's playbook, but it wasn't enough. And right here, a moonsault after the standing moonsault, impressive there from Soruka, but Chelsea Green kicked out. And then towards the end of the matchup here, this was the Unpretty Her hit to perfection by Chelsea into the cover here, but it somehow wasn't enough for Chelsea here tonight. And then right here, Chelsea Green almost had the matchup taken away from her with a huge spine buster off the shoulders into the pinfall, stacked up. And then there was the distraction, and there was the roll up by Chelsea Green, who almost stole the victory here despite her plan not coming to fruition the situation wanted. And there was a Soul Snatcher hit to perfection to win the Women's United States Championship. But the crowd love what they are seeing. And well, that is because Soruka is the first ever Women's United States Champion. And what a moment in the young career of Soruka. And what a way, I believe anyway, to end SmackDown here tonight.